Hello everyone, welcome to my garden tour, June 2024. So this is the first garden tour of my new garden and we're here in the backyard. The first thing I want to share with you in the backyard here is this Annabelle hydrangea hedge. I planted this hedge late last year using the hydrangeas that I got from one of my neighbors who was basically getting rid of her Annabelle hedge and decided to toss all the plants. So I took them, treated them nicely, and then I got to plant them here in this new garden. I'm really impressed by how well the plants have done. Just one season in and they're already looking very impressive. In the back and above the hydrangea hedge is the Verbena bonanceris that you're seeing growing here very vividly, surpassing all my expectations. I had no idea these things could grow this tall. At this point, they're about 1.80 meters up, so well above my height. And they're looking fantastic. I could trim them back and cut them to make sure that they kind of come down to around where the hydrangea tops are, but I'm going to let them be just the way they are for now, and maybe during the summertime I can still cut them back. So behind the hydrangea hedge on this side is this giant or very big garden bed that used to be like a pond. The previous owners were using it as a natural pond with some grasses growing inside. I decided to toss that and fill it up with some compost, and I've been growing vegetables inside. So here we have the vegetable garden area, which stretches to the new garden beds that I put in place using the logs that we got from the trees that used to be here in this very spot. So basically none of this was here. I set up everything and planted everything, and now we have some herbs growing here. I have a fig tree here, some beets here, kale, red Russian kale that you see there, peppers on this side, peas growing back there, sugar snap peas. I have potatoes in grow bags. In the lower garden beds, I have 5 of them. The first one in which I'm growing carrots and beets that I basically need to harvest pretty soon. I've been taking out a few and using them in the kitchen, but I think most of them now are ready to completely be harvested. And back there are some collard greens. So here you can see where we had the trees, the big trees before, and since then I've planted an evergreen hedge or arborvitae, quite small still, but in front of that is a hedge of... So my phone just basically went off there. What I was saying is that yeah, the hydrangeas are pretty good here, and I've added many other things that are beginning to establish themselves. Further here in the back next to the greenhouse, I have more beds that are in which I've planted more vegetables. You can see some potatoes. We had a very wet beginning of the season here, and the potatoes suffered quite a lot. They didn't do that well. So back here I have some berry bushes that I brought from my previous garden. Pole beans growing here, coming up there. I have some corn, white, what is this again? Kohlrabi, squash growing down here, zucchini, another one coming up there, and the rest are pumpkins also coming up, beginning to fruit. Massive leaves. I hope we have big huge pumpkins coming out of these bushes. I have some sunflowers that are coming up here. Here I used to have some romanesco that I've pulled out. They didn't do that well. Ended up being something like this. So I don't know what is going on with that. And over here I have some what is this vegetable here? I don't quite remember, but this is one that is supposed to go for many years. Then I have some nasturtiums coming up in there as well. Seedlings yet to be planted. I also have a few fruit trees like this apple tree over here, which didn't do that well this season, and I have a pear tree over there. So the wooden fence you see there marks the end of the property, and I still have a lot of room to extend the garden, which I'm choosing not to do right now. So this is the wild side of the garden. However, below this tree we used to have a huge, massive laurel bush that took over this entire semicircle here, and I've taken that out. I've tried to put in some smaragd arborvitae evergreens. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to make of this area. Right now I've planted the dahlias here. My dahlia season is pretty late. Oh my gosh, I have snails now attacking the dahlias here. I need to slugs. I need to tackle that and take care of that. But I'm hoping to grow the dahlias here this season, and I've planted them now, and yeah, let's see how they do. I also have some of my containers that I've brought from the previous garden. I have a few more on this side, right next to the house, that I also need to maintain and take care of. You can see I need to deadhead all of this, and we'll have to see how well the containers hold up to the heat. But they've looked good so far. These are my hibiscus trees that are budding up and looking to start blooming pretty soon. Another pinnacle hydrangea here. A lot of deadheading to do, as I said, on my roses and all. So moving now to the front yard, the garden does have a, well, let's just take a look. The front yard here also look a lot different. It looked very different to what it's now. I have a phantom hydrangea coming up. It's actually very big, but because these grasses are so big, it's hard to tell. Another one over here. So I had a beautiful allium season. I have some roses here, the foxglove. I have some dahlias coming up. I need to plant more. The echinacea is also coming up beautifully here. The peonies were good. I think I need to give this some iron. It's turning kind of yellow. This hosta here. And then I have a vanilla strawberry tree here. Yeah, quite a lot. I have to mention that I'm dealing with extreme clay soil here. I had to bring in a lot of compost, but it also gets very dry very quickly during the summer period. And as such, yeah, I'm going to have to keep up with the watering. Also here in front, I do have some containers. So the front part of the garden is more north facing, so it has afternoon shade for the most part. So that's my garden as of June 2024. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.